Hi, I'm Margo Sorum with Yoga Therapists of Alaska, and today we're going to twist. Some of my favorite movements. Your lumbar spine doesn't twist that much. Your thoracic spine twists a little more, but it's still attached to ribs. And then your cervical spine has the potential to twist a lot. When we start seated, things are fixed and it's a deep, deep twist. So again, please have warmed up before you attempt these with your students. So make sure they're nice and warmed up. Give them a good spinal floss or sun salutations before we do any seated variations. But just so you feel the anchoring of the pelvis, let's start here. One ankle in front of the other. And then as you exhale, begin to twist. Let the belly turn. Add a hand out and a hand behind. Inhale, think long and tall. Exhale, twist at the belly. Use your arms to twist your rib cage more, and then fully turn your head back. See if you can look at your other shoulder. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, twist the belly, twist the ribs, and then keep the belly and ribs twisting, but turn your head the other way. Oh, it's so nice. Just feel that ringing out movement through your spine. Lumbar and thoracic going one way and the cervical going the other. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, let go of the hands. Close your eyes and feel the unwinding of the vertebra, how much they actually rotated. And switch. Switch the leg in front. Inhale. Exhale, use your belly first. Use the twist of the ribs and use your hands a little bit. And then continue to turn your head towards the back. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, belly twists, ribs twist, head twists. Inhale. Exhale, belly twists, ribs twist, and then the head turns the other way. So you're wringing out the spine and the vertebra. Squeeze your back, hug your back. And then slowly feel that unwind. Now we're going to isolate the twist, really stabilize the belly, and we're going to kind of stabilize the neck a bit, and we're going to twist the rib cage. This tends to be the tightest area in the back, so we're going to try to help it out. Remember, your students might need to sit up a little bit higher on something. In fact, let's sit up on a block, maybe 2 blocks. If you need to stay in Sukhasana, that's fine, but otherwise we'll take Vajrasana. All right, hands come here. Inhale. As you exhale, slowly start to just twist your rib cage. We're going to go to the left. And then notice your head wants to turn, but bring it back. Just bring your head back in line with your sternum. Your belly's stable, your ribs are twisting, your head is stable. Inhale, and come back to center. Go to the same side. So as you exhale, just the ribs twist to the left. Turn your head back in line with your sternum. It's going to go. Whoa. Come back to center. And again, exhale. Think belly stable and just twist your rib cage. Keep your head in line with the spine. Now, add your right arm across. Add your left arm behind and kind of retract that back shoulder blade. Protract this front shoulder blade. And strength train the twist right here. And let it go. One more time. Use your ribcage twist over. Add your arms. And then we're going to do something kind of fun. And you're going to do some sweeping circles. And kind of activate a twist. And activate some shoulder blade movement. And really do your best to protract that shoulder blade. And come back up. And feel the changes that you've made. Maybe I'm a little cattywampus. So we do the other side. Hands to Anjali Mudra. Inhale. Exhale. Just your ribs twist. Belly firm. Twist the ribs. Head just moves as much as your ribs do. Come back to center. Inhale. Exhale. Do the twist. Ribs turn. Head turns a little. Come back. Now it's a little bit of a little movement, but I promise you're going to feel this more deeply than if we just flung ourselves around. We're really doing this stretch, strengthen. This time hold, stabilize. Add this left arm across, right arm behind, protract that front shoulder, retract that back shoulder. And you can add that sweeping movement in a couple times. Maybe this works a little better in Sukhasana and rest. Good. So twists can be isolated, or we can use all ranges of movement. So I'm going to illustrate that again in the standing twist. This is the wide-legged standing twist. Take your legs nice and wide. You're going to want a block and likely two. So we're going to do the isolated twist first. So my hips are going to stay stable and level. So I'm going to hinge and keep my hips level. I'm going to put my hand down on the block, and then I'm going to twist my rib cage and add my arm up. Notice my head is down for right now. My hips stay level. They could twist this way, but I'm not letting them. My head can turn up, my arm can come overhead, my arm can go behind. And I like this little sweeping twist where the arm comes overhead, head looks up, arm goes behind, head looks down. It's really training the neck and strengthening it in the twist. And then we come back up to center and down. It's nice to, again, feel the effects after each pose before we do the other side. So I can feel this traveling on one side of my body very distinctly. Step it wide. Hinge, put your other hand down. Keep your hips level, take the rib cage to turn and the arm to turn and your head to turn, and then turn your head back down. And again, keep your hips level and just do this with the head. Inhale, arm overhead. Exhale, head turns down, arm goes behind. And you're just practicing this isolation, and it's going to create very distinct movements in the thoracic spine. And come up. Handstand. Good. And then we're going to play with this, with the movement of the hips and the whole torso in the twist. Take a wide stance again. Inhale, open your arms up. Inhale. As you exhale, the hand comes down and it turns towards the foot, the hips turn, and your arm goes up. Inhale, back up to center. As you exhale, hand down to the middle, fingers turn towards the toe. Look at my hips, they twist. Come back up. Next round, come halfway towards your foot. Now remember, I'm using the block because if I came all the way to the floor, I'd have to bend my knees. I'd have to compromise my spine. So I'm not going to do those things. You could go all the way to the floor without that, and it just starts to feel and look undesirable. And then this time, we're going to make our way over to that end point where it felt safest, and you're going to stay here. And you can alternate between the head facing down, the head turning up. I'm still staying grounded on that outer leg of my foot, so I'm not over twisting here. Staying just the right amount of twist. Coming back to center and doing the other side. Finding just the right amount of twist that's sustainable. And coming back out. And finding Tadasana. Holy moly. That's a lot of work. All right, we have some more standing poses to visit. There's a ton of standing twists, and they're really challenging. So let's go through a few of them. The first variation, inhale here. As you exhale, bring this left elbow across to the right thigh. And feel that you're pressing into your hands in the Sancha Mudra to create that thoracic twist. And then push this thigh against your elbow and step your back leg back into the revolved side twist. Turn this back towards center. Use the blocks if you need them. I definitely need them. And then step this back foot in. This is Parsvottanasana. And notice I'm not diving, I'm lengthening and squaring at my hips. Then I take this hand across and come into that revolved triangle pose, twisted triangle pose. And notice this wants to shorten and come in, but I have to push that hip back and get long through the spine. It takes a lot of work. And we turn back to center. And forward fold, come all the way up. I'll do those on the other side and you'll see them from the back. So go ahead and inhale, take the hands up. Elbow comes across, right elbow to left thigh. Balance here. Press the thigh against the elbow. Press the hands against each other, lengthen your thoracic spine. Keep the length in your spine as you step back for the revolved lunge. Breathing there, finding your good alignment. Hands come down, step this back foot in, find that Parsvottanasana. And then this hand bumps across and you're making your way into the revolved triangle. And again, it tends to kind of collapse, but we have to push it back and feel the revolved part of it. Going up a little higher might help a little bit more. Oh, that's better. Oh, yes. And make your way back out of that. And all the way up. Good. Then we come down for some seated twists. Again, your seated twists are going to be done near the end of class because they have more impact to your spine. Start with your legs out in front of you. Maybe I'll change it like this. Does that look okay? Okay, good. And we're going to go ahead and bend a knee and stand on it. Twist towards the leg. So this opposite arm twists around and holds, and maybe this hand goes behind. And again, you're practicing that twist we did earlier. Inhale, get long. Exhale, twist your belly, twist your ribs, and your head could turn to look back, or your head could turn to look forward. Ooh, I kind of like that. You could close the frame and put your foot against a wall. That would even really give you a lot of feedback. Good, unwind that. Same leg, but different direction. Go up, come forward, and here's your twist here. Some of your students might be able to bind, but again, it's very hard on the joints, and if you haven't done your directions of movement warm-up, it might not be safe. It is fun though if they can bind to take the leg off the floor. And then it could also turn into a forward fold. Other side. This leg comes up and bends. Start by twisting towards the leg and wrapping around it and taking the hand behind. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, do the twist. Come back to the center. This arm now comes up, come forward, and wrap around, maybe. And it's okay, they can just hold here if it doesn't work to bind. And if they are binding, you kind of go into this arrow pose. Ultimately, it turns into fun stuff. Good. And come on out of that. The next variation, bend this front leg again and cross it over. And then twist towards. And get kind of tipped forward in your sit bones so that you really load the stretch where you want it, right along this side. So remember, I'm not hunched back here. I'm tipped and rolled forward on the sit bones. If your students have further to go, this is a nice opportunity to come into a deeper variation with this bottom knee bent. But it might not work very well. In this variation also, you can twist this direction and you can twist this direction and find the bind. You can work towards that, but there's the opportunity to twist either way. This leg can come on top for a hero's pose. But if this doesn't work for a student, have them straighten the bottom leg and they can sit here with just one bow tie. Good. Last time, bend this other knee, cross it over the thigh, and hug yourself. Tip forward to the front of the sit bones to be at the right angle, and you'll feel this distinctly on this outer IT band tensor fascial lateral line. This twist also has the potential to wrap around the other way. That doesn't have to be done right away. And there's also the potential to bend this knee and to hug here, or to do the bind the other way. So there's lots of different options. And then lastly, maybe coming into that full bow tie. And again, we don't want roundedness. We want anterior pelvis and to be forward. If a student's having trouble with this, no problem. They just straighten this bottom leg and do just one bow tie. All right, then the favorite twists, the supine ones. This is your spinal floss twist. And the reason why we do it is because this movement of the leg turns your lumbar spine. It stacks the hips, it moves the ribs, it moves the neck. Move the neck back first, then the ribs, then the waist. And you're moving through this twist back and forth. It's fine for that back arm to come off the floor. When we come over for the stay, you're pinning into the twist and it's bracing. So be active. And then this arm has the opportunity to floss the individual vertebra as it moves and as your head moves. So your head is twisting here from side to side to help open up those vertebrae. Then we bring this other leg up for the safe double leg twist and then hug your knees in. Do a little neutralizing before you twist the other way. This leg will go down. My blankets need to move. Okay. And then we roll on over and down. And we roll it back. When we're ready for the stay, go back and forth. The warm-up is really important. So we're warming up to be safe. And then we stay and we move through the sweeping arm circles with the head turning. The head turns towards the arm as it goes up. The head turns away from the arm as it goes down. And then you can stay at that angle where you feel it impactfully in your ribs. And then come up. Work that out. Sometimes we need to work on core strengthening. And there's a really wonderful twist that helps us isolate more of the thoracic rather than moving the lumbar and the neck. So in this variation, your legs kind of come up to a flexion. Shins are up at tabletop. Knees need to stay together. Inhale. As you exhale, come over. Now for the knees to stay together, this knee has to chase that knee. Oh, and you will not be able to come down very far. And then come back up. And then this knee chases that knee. Come over some. And come back up. Notice that my head is turning towards the knees, so my head's not really twisting. And this is, my arms are bracing. I'm not letting the arms come up off the floor. So I'm isolating this as that thoracic twist, like we practiced earlier. Now, if a student's legs are coming apart, it is helpful to use a block. And this helps to train the right way to do this pose. Notice I'm not coming all the way to the floor. It's an ab strengthener and a thoracic twist. Make sure you give your students time to rest and feel all wrung out. These are deeply cleansing poses, just like putting your clothes in the washing machine to make them new. We need to wring out our spine and twist it to really move the synovial fluid to make the spine anew. Make sure that you're adding twisting into your movement diets every day. Namaste.